2, 1. His weight was unbearable. She was regretting the sedative she had shot into Abrego before he handcuffed himself to her. With the wreckage of the ship smoldering, she needed help to get out. "Get over here and help me," she yelled at her brother, who had stepped out to check on their other brother, who had his leg trapped in a door before the ship had crashed. "I plan on it." She heard the malevolence in his tone, and she turned to see him brandishing a very mean cleaver. Their brother was dead in the snow behind him, thanks to the crash engineered by Abrego's antics. Nell put her hand up. "We can't cross him. You know what this Arma is." "We will lie. Not hard, given the situation." Ned began to walk forward. "He is everything we have been waiting for," Nell pleaded as best her logic would allow. "Nell, I'm going to be honest. I just don't care anymore." Hi, welcome to episode 12 of Astral Drive. My name is Zachariah with Old Man Gaming. Before I start introducing everybody, you can see it very big on your screen right now because I am shamelessly self-promoting all through this. The game that we have been playing and playtesting this with the system is one that I have published very recently on Friday with art done by Phil Billy up there. Yeah, you can see it on the screen. It's at itch.io. Please, in the search mod, just hit single mod. And honestly, I got a link in the description too. I've got your bases covered. So it's only $6. Please, please, please click on it and check it out if it's something that interests you. With that out of the way, and you better believe it's coming at the end too. Right above me, playing Jarrold Abrego, Arthur Deo. Say hello.
Hi. I may or may have survived this session, so I'll see him with this one or a different character next week.
And in the middle, our Build Master General and the wonderful artist who did the cover art for Single Mod, as well as the internal watermark, Phil Billy 330 playing Nullis Stonehand.
What's up, guys? I may or may not survive this journey as well.
Finally, last but not least, Wizard's Respite, Ash playing Alfred Whitecastle, our TTRPG partner, unofficial partner, you know, the whole thing.
Hello, everybody. And Alfred will certainly be surviving today.
Oh yeah, he's the positive one.
I was about to say, you guys are...
Hold on, I want to point like two sessions earlier. Alfred Whitecastle stated, "We're not gonna lose anyone. The Arma is in an exploded ship."
He's having a hard time on his first mission as captain. Not gonna lie.
To be fair, I guess it is how you interpret lose. But
well, we still don't know where Rex is or what happened to him, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are all in trouble. I'm not gonna lie. We're in deep. The talking is done, and Jarrold's in real deep. But we're not gonna start with Jarrold today because just to catch everybody up, Jarrold got poisoned. It turns out that Kelly Cairns, why I can never remember her name, it drives me nuts. But yeah, Kelly Kalins. Kelly Kalins is actually named Nell, and she is the Ned's sisters. The Neds being the evil cooks that tried to kidnap him off the ship during the attack, and working for the End Echelon, whoever they are. So, the Neds showed up, and they tried to abscond with Jarrold Abrego. Jarrold Abrego fought them off, got hit with a sedative, and then the entire ship crashed. into the mountains of the Northlands during a snowstorm. So, bad news for them. We also now know from the cold open that one of the Neds are dead, and the other Ned is none too happy about it. On the other side of things, at the Dead Sea's main, they're in the mountain city fortress base, home base, whatever. Nullis and Alfred and Pickle and Heath Welker had all infiltrated the base in order to find the hub, potentially destroy the hub, and put a stop to whatever this insane controlling Zix is going on at the Dead Seas. The only person who had managed to escape undetected into the tunnels of the castle of the Dead Seas is Nullis, Stonehand, and Pickles. Pickles somehow just aced the hell out of his I know exactly where Gull Draxon is roll. So he knows exactly where Gull Draxon is. So they actually managed to escape. And they are going in. However, that left Alfred and Heath back in the main lobby where they're unloading all of the offerings to the Dead Seas from the steps. Did I miss anything? I mean, there's plenty I left out, but I think if I said everything that's happened in the last 11 episodes, that would be the entire episode. So, let us proceed with the game. So, we're going to start with Alfred, because you are the one left behind right now, as Nullis and Pickles have kind of vanished down a corridor. They managed to make their escape during the chaos ensuing with your basic, like, Abbott and Costello deal. You have also, with a really good linguistics roll, managed to knock it out of the park that you can fake their accent, basically.
Right. And I dropped a box on a guard's toe to distract everybody for a few seconds.
Yes. Which allowed them to get minutes. And I remember I rolled and Heath Welker actually stuck with you. So you guys are both there. And everybody, get your starting momentum. Don't forget that.
Yes. I guess to start with, I'm going to do an awareness check and see if I can't find an opening to try and sneak down that same corridor.
Okay. All right. Go for it. Awareness, I'm going to say definitely awareness perception, but we're going to need something high on this one because, like I said, there are a lot of guards coming and going and whatnot. So I'm going to say 15 to make it down the exact same corridor as Nullis Stonehand and stay with him.
I got a 17.
Wow! Well, you initiated that one, so take another momentum, sir. Actually, should I do it? Yeah, I'm going to do it, because I want chaos. I'm going to spend a momentum to make you re-roll that, sir.
Oh, no.
So I'm down to 5.
Oh, that's a 6.
That's a 6. All right. So, are you spending me momentum to re-roll, or are you taking the 6? It's your call.
I'm going to spend the momentum to re-roll.
It's 2 momentum to re-roll.
2 momentum. I'm not going to take the momentum to re-roll.
All right, so you fail. You notice a good like spot, right? You're kind of like, okay, every so often more guards go, because remember there's like a rotation. You're unloading tributes to the Dead Seas from the steps, and half of the guards, or if not more, are also working at the unloading. They're taking the tributes deeper into the castle to where they need to go. Well, you kind of start to time it to be where there are less guards, like where more of them are in the castle than out in the main lobby, the auditorium. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you kind of see a hole, and you try to make a move for that hole. But as you try to make a move for that hole, Heath Welker grabs your arm. He does kind of like a quick point, and sure enough, you see 2 guards kind of like stumble. They drop one of their carts. And they're like, shit! Ah, man, damn it! Oh, we gotta pick this up. Ugh. And one of them turns towards you both and goes, hey, you two, come help us with this. And you notice it's the guy that you dropped the box on the foot of who then helped you pick up the stuff. Almost like, get me back.
I head over there. And start helping him pick up the box.
Welker accompanies you, and you guys start picking up the box. Without a doubt. At this point, you guys are picking up the box. This is a completely different This is a completely different opening / like way into the castle deeper than the one that Nullis and Pickles went down. However, the guard does look at you and goes, "You know what? You guys want to help me? You guys want to help me take this thing back? Really heavy load. I could use a couple extra hands." And you see the other guard who's standing there. He's like a little goblin, and he's like, "Are you crazy? We're not supposed to have anybody back there." And then the one that you had dropped on the foot, who's just a normal human, kind of looks at him and goes, "Are you gonna help me unload all this?" And then the goblin kind of looks at them both and goes, "You make a valid point. They are both stronger and larger than me." So he looks back at you guys. He's like, "It's all right if you guys want to come with me."
Yeah, of course.
Welker, of course, nods because this is like a way in that has presented itself to you that is very surprising. And then you guys start to move forward through the caverns, basically with this cart. The guard actually puts you in charge of pushing the cart, Alfred. And then the goblin actually goes, "Well, you know what? If you got two of them," the guy's like, yeah, shove off. And then the goblin runs back to the auditorium to protect. And then he looks back at you guys, and he goes, "So, I haven't seen you guys around before. You know, I know a lot of people come and go from the steps, but they don't usually send those people up here to offer the tributes. How'd you guys get roped into this?" Nudges your shoulder.
We're looking for maybe a more permanent place to stay than the steps. Something a little bit more our speed. Maybe we could get some work up here or something.
He actually looks back and forth between the two of you. Go ahead and give me a manipulation roll.
Ooh, 24.
Wow. He just nods at both of you, and then he goes, "Well, our glorious Lord Guldraxon allows anybody in who is willing to do their share, willing to fight for the cause, and willing to take the fight to the dirty-ass spacers."
I'm sure as shit ready to fight.
He's like, "That's what I'm talking about. You know, I had you wrong at first. No offense, but I thought you were a little, what's the word I'm looking for?" And then Heath goes, "Frail." He's like, "Yeah, frail. You looked kind of frail, but I guess not. Now I'm starting to feel you."
It's,
Heath, you actually
got the
hear
wiry
Heath
build.
snicker. Wiry build. Heath actually snickers behind you. And you could swear he mouths the words, "Well, you can't punch me." You guys go deeper in. You walk kind of down a couple of hallways. He tells you to turn right, turn left. Give me a quick... no. He tells you to turn right, turn left. And you can tell you're moving to some sort of chamber. What he has in the cart is mostly weapons. Like, everything in here is weapons. Swords, axes. There's also some foreign guns. You definitely see some, like, some Genesis pistols, some firearms from there. You even see one or two, they're much more rare, but one or two archipelago lasers kind of floating around in there. Again, Guldraxon is all about profiting off the things he wants to hate and destroy to give himself an edge. So there's a lot of shit in there that's just from other places, but it's a big crate. It's a very heavy crate. You don't seem to have a problem pushing it whatsoever. Yeah, I'm going to make a quick roll here for Heath. Actually, I'm going to be sending a little message out. A little note passing already, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. All right. So Welker, what are we doing for Welker? Let's do
I
Welker.
got a 10. Oh wait, no, I got a.
Okay. So with that,
Hmm.
Okay. All right. Okay. Welker actually steps up, kind of moves in next to you, grabs the another end of the cart and goes, "Man, you're a lot stronger than I thought you were."
Like I said, wiry build.
Uh-huh. There's something in his tone that denotes an air of untrusting. But he just keeps pushing next to you other than that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just nod to him. And say, actually, I think I'll just leave it hanging.
Okay. All right. You keep pushing the cart back in the back. You get into a large weapons room. Probably one of many. You're not sure. But you hear the guy from behind you. He goes, here's the fun part. The frickin' sorting. And this is a weapons room to end all weapons room. You can see they've been doing this for a long time. The relationship with the steps has been what it is. This room has literally, like, there are guns that you've never even seen before. Like, there are swords that you've never even seen before. Like, this is like a museum of murder, basically. Just all along the walls. It's a big room. I would say, like, I would say it would actually be almost like 40 feet tall, let alone the wide width of it, and just the walls have all sorts of different racks and whatnot. There's also a forge to the back of the room, and you can feel the heat off of it in this room, kind of like it's a much older, kind of almost smelting forge. There's 3 or 4 guys working the forge right now, and you can tell that whatever they decide not to use or not worthy to use in the field, they probably like cook down, rip it apart for parts, and use the metal to make other blades and weapons.
Boy, how many people are in the room?
Not including you and Welker. There's the guard that let you in and 3 smithies that don't even seem to kind of look up at you. Like, one of them looks up in you guys' way and grunts. Mainly because there's already been probably multiple different carts moved into this room and unpacked that, like, they're just used to your presence. So at this point he goes, "All right, I know you guys are new and you don't know where everything is, but you should be able to get the lay of the land pretty quick. Over there, it's the Archipelago, that weird island place, whatever. I've never been off Axiom. Their space age light guns go over there. And over here, the firearms from the dirty cowboys, those go over here. And then the swords, just place them here on this main table, and then the blacksmiths evaluate them for quality as to whether they're going to cook them down for the metal or whether they're going to hang them." And then he just starts to get to the work.
I guess I'll start working, but probably do a perception check to see if there's like if there's any doors around, if there's any way to slip out, anything like that.
You don't have to make a perception check for that. There is no real way to exit this room other than the way you came in, and the vent in the ceiling 40 feet up above the smith, the whole smithing setup. However, I would not advise that as a mode of egress. So yeah, this is just like a one-way room sort of thing.
Okay.
They don't have fire codes in the Northlands. 2 exits! 2 exits! What are you doing? You got a lava factory back here and only 1 door in. Yeah.
God. All right, I'll say to the guard, so it sounds like, you guys might be hiring.
Oh, he's like, yeah. He actually puts 2 of the swords down and steps over. He's like I said, Guldraxon is always hiring. He takes anybody, and we just got to get you in the right channels. That's all.
All right. What do I got to do?
Oh, I can vouch for you. There's this guy named Felon. He's a pretty cool guy. He's a higher up guy. He could get you in. There's not a whole lot of organization. You know what I mean? Like, you're a raider or you're a civilian here, and if you're a raider, you just kind of know who's better than you. It's kind of prison rules. I don't know how else to define it. But I'm pretty sure if we talk to Felon, you'll be good. And you're starting to realize quickly how agents have been able to infiltrate the Dead Seas. If they have any weakness, it is their security protocols. Basically, anybody who walks in looking like a Viking and saying, I want to join you, can just join them. There's no real, like, resume check.
All right, well, this doesn't sound too bad. Yeah, I'd like to talk to this Felon guy and see how I can work this out.
You want me to take it to you now?
I mean, if we can, yeah. That'd be awesome.
Yeah,
That's
let's
great.
do it. He turns to Welker and goes, hey, you going to be okay here finishing unloading? Well, Welker kind of looks between the two of you and is like, yeah, I think I'll be fine. And he goes, okay, cool. I knew you were a stand-up guy. I'll take you to Felon afterwards, but we got to keep working or hell will come down on us, and I don't want that. All right, come with me. What'd you say your name was?
Oh. Card.
Oh, nice to meet you, Card. I'm Braxton.
I'll fist bump him.
Viking fist bump. I love the idea of that. We're Vikings. We fist bump. All right. It's where fist bumping got invented. Was Vikings. All right. Yeah, he takes you out of the room, and then we're going to switch over to Nullis. Nullis. You kind of got into the cavern. You had to go down the cavern a bit of the way because Pickles is just off to the races. So waiting around for them would be very difficult unless you call for him. Plus, you'll be risky if you wait around. What do you want to do?
What I want to do is, I know it could screw me in the end, but on my way through this, I take one of my mags that's not loaded in my pistols, and I just start leaving breadcrumb trails of bullets on the ground.
Okay. Did we ever discuss how many bullets you have total?
Yeah, I have it written down. I have basically 2 spare magazines.
Okay. All right. So you have basically 40 rounds of ammunition then.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you start leaving bullets behind on the ground. That's what you're doing, right? Just to make that clear.
Yeah, as I go through because I knew that I walked away and he didn't necessarily. I thought he saw what hallway I went down, but I guess not. But
he got stuck. He saw. Yeah. He got stuck. He got called away. Okay. All right. So you're leaving the bullets. I'll just let you know every so often when you lose a bullet out of that magazine. I'm gonna say right now you're down 1.
Okay.
Okay, so you're down 1, kind of drop a bullet, tings on the ground, and Pickles is just plopping along down the corridor. Give me an animal roll with charisma. Difficulty is going to be 10. because you've told Pickles to go get his target. He doesn't really understand that you want him to do that sneakily or slowly.
Well, I roll a 19, so I'm
Okay,
good.
so he understands you want to do that sneakily and slowly somehow. He starts to get ahead, and you're like, Pickles, hey! And then Pickles like stops, kind of clicks at you, and it almost looks like he rolls his eyes, like, ugh, I gotta go slow for the orc, jeez. But he slows down for you as you guys walk down the corridor. You get a little ways in, and you hit kind of like a fork in the road. And the fork kind of, one of them kind of turns to the right, and then you can see that like there's no real stairs in here because everything's carved out of the mountain. So what happens is you can tell that it starts to incline upwards. Like basically the entire place is like snaking ramps, basically, inclines and declines. So to the right, basically there's an incline that kind of slowly and steadily goes up, but curves kind of out and up, almost kind of like it goes to the right and then up, back around towards the way you were coming, almost spiraling up above you. Whereas another one kind of to the left seems to decline down a little bit and turn even more left.
Okay. Which
way do you go, man?
Well, I kind of would look to Pickles, like...
All right. So Pickles, just to clarify, Pickles is tracking Gull Drexen, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He kind of stops in the center for a second.
Well, no, he's... Yeah, because
His
we
skull.
think that that's where the
hub is.
Yeah, the hub is.
Okay. All right. He sniffs, and then he kind of like clicks a couple of times and starts to walk up the incline up.
Yeah, I mean, I would trust him more than myself in this place.
You drop another bullet, so that's 2 down, and then you start to walk up the incline slowly, and it spirals for a while, kind of slowly, kind of moving up. Back up to kind of like a crossroads almost, going left, right, and forward. And again, Pickles kind of steps in, sniffs, and then kind of turns to the right and starts to clop off down the hallway.
I'd be dropping around there also.
All right, drop around, down 3. You clop off after Pickles, and you notice that the cave starts to get a little nicer. Not necessarily in... Like, nothing in this place is gaudy or over the top. It's not like they have a real, like, need for monetary value here. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing you would find in, like, a rich person's house or something. But you could just tell that the carvings on the wall seem to get more intricate, more precise, more care was taken in the masonry work here. So you kind of feel like you're getting closer to basically where Gull would be, where his quarters would be. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said something. Okay. So you keep plopping up with Pickles. And again, Pickles kind of reaches another point. There's another kind of stiff incline going up. He sniffs. Sure enough, up is the way to go. He starts to go up. You have to plop another round. That's 4 down. And then up the incline you go. This time, when you come up to the top, there is a door. A big wooden door. Kind of like, well, you come up the incline, it goes level, then it goes back about 30 feet to a door. Like a big wooden door. There's not a lot of cover in this hallway. Once you start egressing down this hallway, you don't really have a way to hide should somebody decide to walk into the hallway. I want to warn you about that before you go down it. But Pickles is definitely like pointer dogging that way.
All right. Does this place have, like, is there any ventilation or anything like that?
No, not really. It almost feels like a catacomb at this point. But you feel like you're in real deep, and the castle part of the Dead Seas is basically just a really nice cave. You know, just carved out of the mountain.
Alright. I'm like, fuck, where is he? Some bitch.
At that point, Pickles like clicks at you a couple of times and then points at the door. Click, click, click.
Yeah. I guess it's me and you, Pickles. We'll be doing this. And I'm gonna walk towards the door, and I want to either A, put my ear to the door, or B, if there's a large gap in between the door and the frame. I want to make a perception check to see if it sounds or I think that there's anyone in the room.
Give me awareness perception. And I'm going to say the difficulty is a 15, but just because you fail it doesn't necessarily mean you fail it. It's just how much information you'll glean.
I'm going to spend to reroll on that because I feel like this could be important.
Well, if you get too low, I'm going to have you trip through the door and it'll be real bad.
Well, I did roll too low. This time I roll a 19, okay. So 21 total.
All right, you walk up to the door. You kind of very slowly, with Pickles, walk up to the door. It's hard to keep Pickles from, like, clicking on the floor, like, rushing forward, but you manage to keep him calm. And you walk up to the door. There's no gap between the door to really see through, but if you put your ear up to it, you can hear pretty good inside. You basically just hear this orc voice. It's like, without it, everything's lost. And then you hear another voice, a softer voice, kind of go, you must calm down, all right? This war that you're on, it's getting out of hand. Look at your arm. He goes, don't worry about my arm, woman. And then you just hear him kind of like roar that, and he goes, without the blood, the crown will not be mine. Without the crown, I cannot I cannot bring order to my side of things. She's like, order? What kind of order are you wanting to bring? With that, you're just going to force people to do what you want. I've told you from the beginning, everything that Volker has been getting you into, this is just... Look at what it's doing to you. And he goes, what it's doing to me is giving me the power to smite my enemies and make the Dead Seas the most powerful clan on this planet or possibly the galaxy. And she's like, I am no longer going to talk to you in this mode. Not in this mode. She was like, I'm not going to talk to you in this mood. You're out of your mind, and I'm going to go. He's like, you be careful. You hear like a snatching thing, like a rustling of movement inside, and you hear like a gasp from the girl, and you just hear him go, you be careful how you talk to me. I am your husband. You are my wife, but I will tell you right now, I am still Guldraxon of the Dead Seas. You just hear her go, please let go of my arm. And then he goes, and then you just hear a thing, and then you start to hear footsteps coming towards the door.
Okay. This could be rough. But this is what I'm gonna do on the spot. I look at Pickles. If you want me to make a check for this, that's fine. And I go, like, I whistle, like, you know, like, and I point him, like, back. So he's not right by the door by me. So okay. I want him to back off, like, go back, you know, he doesn't have to go forever away, but down the hall.
Like,
and
go then hide, basically.
Yeah. Oh, first, let me ask this question. I should know by looking at this door, which way is it open, in or out? Is it going to open towards me?
It's going to open towards you.
Okay. Then I am going to position myself so that I'm between the door and the wall when the door opens.
Ah. Gotcha. The old kid hiding behind the door trick.
That's exactly it.
Nice and simple. Okay. I'm going to need you to give me an animal charisma check to get Pickles to do that. I'm only going to give you a difficulty of 10, though. And then...
I pass that
okay.
with flying colors.
All right, take a momentum. And then now I'm going to need you to give me a stealth agility check. I am going to say that's a really good idea, which will take it down from improbable to a 15 because it is still a relatively well-lit cavern. You've got torches all over the walls. And you are behind the door, but it's very close to them. So any sort of noise, and if she shuts the door wrong, you're gonna get seen. I'm gonna guess you rolled it though, since I could see your reaction.
19, yeah.
Okay, all right. So the door swings open, smacks you in the face. Like it's so hard. They don't have door stoppers in Viking land. Just boom. Oh, hurts a little bit. But
I'm not making noise though.
No, you don't make noise. You made 19. You hold your tongue, and as you hold your tongue, you see her kind of like swing the door behind her, but she doesn't turn. She's so pissed. She's stomping down the floor. She just swings it. So the door just slams shut behind you. But you're just standing there in a well lit corridor, and you watch her go. You can tell it's an orc. Actually, it's a human woman, brown hair. It might be. It's humanish. Let's put it that way, because you never see her face. The skin color is human, but like other than that, you can't really glean anything. In normal Viking gear, it doesn't look like she looks like a queen or anything. But she just stomps on the floor. She's in a skirt. She's not a warrior or anything like that. You can glean that just from the way she walks. But if she just stomps down the hallway, completely misses you.
Well, this is the riskier part of my plan. So I'm not letting her just stomp away.
Oh no!
What I want to do is go up behind her, hovering her mouth immediately and walking her further down. I'm not attempting to hurt her, but kind of like that, you need to be quiet.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm essentially kidnapping Joel Raxton's
Goldrax's
wife. Yeah.
Super honorable.
I plan on explaining to her. It could go. I don't want to fight Mr. fucking Glove of Power right now.
Sauron.
Okay. All right, that's going to be another stealth check. This time you're going to be against her awareness, which we're going to say her awareness is 2. So it's still a well-lit corridor. All she has to do is turn around to see you. So we're going to say it's going to be a 15 plus 2, so it'd be 17 difficulty.
Okay. That means I need to roll I'm at a +4, so I need to roll a 13. No, I need to roll a 14.
You can lower with momentum.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. Do I lower it or do I roll it and then re-roll if I
How about this? I'm going to let you think about this move. I'm going to switch over to Jarrold for a little bit.
Okay.
Jarrold.
I can't say anything. I'm unconscious.
Oh, you're about to be conscious. You kind of like... It's kind of like a quick blink, and somewhere in the distance you can hear a, "You stupid armadillo, get up!" And then you kind of feel some pain. Like you think you feel some pain, you're not sure. And then your eye kind of does this thing. And then For a second, you see the cleaver, him with the cleaver, like walking towards you. Nell hitting the door, the door close button. Then him sprinting, but not getting there in time as the door shuts on the smoldering spaceship. And then you're out again, and you're like, "What was that? Don't feel like that's good. Maybe I should wake up and deal with that." And then you hear another like, "Get up!" And then you feel another kind of like brisk smack of pain, but then it kind of goes away. You're like, this sleep is really nice. It's real deep. It's real nice. It's real black. And then you kind of do another little flicker of the eyes. This time you see her kind of like dragging you towards the front of the ship. You can see fire behind her through the window. She's like, "Yeah, it's gonna explode. It's all gonna explode. We're all gonna die. Oh, we're gonna die for this stupid, big." And then you're out again. It's black. Done. It's nice. And
so
then
much nicer this way.
Then you wake up. You snap to awakeness because of the cold. Cold. Why is it so cold? You snap to alertness even though you feel groggy, and you realize that the front hatch. The front of the ship has a manual release, kind of like an emergency hatch, so to speak. But the ship crashed down a mountain and kind of over the edge. So literally, the manual hatch drops out. There is just another fall in the snow. She's like, "I hope that's more snow than it looks like." And then you have enough time, like you're standing there like this. You could feel the fire kind of right next to you because it's above you. You hear this banging on the back end of the ship, and she just jumps through the hatch holding the handcuffs to drag you through the hatch as well. What do you do?
I'm only marginally conscious, and
yeah, you're
I definitely do not have the strength or general sense to attempt to stop the incoming momentum. I'm going to try to roll.
Okay. So you're trying to roll to hold yourself there?
I mean,
to keep yourself from being dragged out?
I don't like fire and I don't like cold, so it's not really very good. I can't just stay unconscious apparently, which is even less good. I'm actually going to take the time and perception to and what would be good for this? Constitution or boy, what?
What do you want to do? Let me ask you that. I'll still give it to you because you're trying to make the roll, but
yeah,
what do you want to do?
Perception and let's say Constitution to maintain the sense of place to see kind of suss what's going on, so I can actually make a.
Yeah, that's fair. Constitution fights off poisons and whatnot, and you're definitely trying to fight off a poison. Let's do it. However, it's going to be a high fucking difficulty. We're going to say it's.
Oh yeah.
We're going to say it's a full 20. Haven't handed out a 20 yet, but I'm going to do it right now because you are fucked up beyond belief. She shot an entire.
Didn't get it.
Didn't get it. Okay. All right.
I'm going to roll high. Well, that's high. I'm going to resist going over.
I get a momentum from that. So, you're going to resist going over. Give me a force check plus build.
Oh, well, I went and rolled well this time. Great.
Difficulty would say like 10.
Oh, God. What's my build again?
Your build is a skill. If you don't have any points in it, you might not have build.
Oh, no, I don't have any points. It's skill. No, I don't have any points in that.
Okay.
So, but I rolled really well, so it's still an 18.
All right. So you wake up enough to just reach out, catch the bottom of the co-pilot seat, which is attached to the thing, and just your muscles go taut, and then you feel the stinging pain as the handcuff goes taut on you. You hear her go, "Ow! What are you doing? And you're just like
Ow.
half out of the thing, hanging over the cliff with her under you. You hear like a creak above you. You can hear the fire. You can feel it on you. She's like, what are you doing? You're the worst. You're the worst thing in the world. She kind of reaches out and grabs the chain with her arm to kind of pull herself off the handcuffs, kind of. So yeah, what do you say?
I say something groggily in a language she doesn't understand.
Okay, good role playing. She goes, no, listen to me. The ship's gonna explode. My brother's gonna cut your fucking head off if we stay here. Our best chance is there's feet of snow down there that's gonna protect us when we fall. Otherwise, we die. Your choice.
Um.
Land on her.
Actually, at this point, she's gonna.
I'm gonna drop.
Okay, you can drop. Okay, because she
drop,
was about
I'm
to
gonna
pull
roll.
herself up and try and push off the fucking thing. All right, you're gonna drop.
I'm gonna drop, but I'm gonna roll.
Tuck and roll.
I'm pill bugging.
All right, you just let go. You're not exactly sure what's going on, and you both just fall. You're pulled right through the manual release. It's actually not even quite big enough for an arma, so you scrape your arm, kind of catch your knee on it, and end up just getting dragged out of it. And then you fall for about 40 feet into the snow. You hit the snow in this huge white cloud. Boof! But the snow is kind of like on a steep kind of ledge, and you both hit and start to roll down the snow. Give me a... Man, what the fuck would that be? How would you stop yourself? Because you're basically... You fell to another lip of the cliff, and you're rolling to another lip.
Yeah, stopping myself was not part of the plan.
You're just gonna let yourself go?
I don't actually know how. Perception awareness to see the cliff in amongst the spinning rapidly.
I'm gonna go ahead and say you can see the cliff. I appreciate your dedication to the role, but I'm pretty sure you can see the cliff.
You know, it just seemed like it would be extremely difficult, given all the things. But I will appreciate the gift and try to splat.
Okay.
And slide, I guess.
All right. I guess let's go ahead and do a. I mean,
it's fine. None of this is fun for her either.
Let's do endurance conditioning on that one, because you're splatting.
I'm gonna spend 2 momentum to re-roll that.
Probably a good idea.
You didn't see what I rolled. Well, that's not any better. Let me do my roll to see if I regained my momentum. I did not. That's a lot of low numbers in a row.
Okay, well.
No, that's it's.
It's gonna get real bad for
11.
You, no. 11's not bad. 11 could do it. Okay. All right. I gotta make a quick roll. Agility for her. Acrobatics.
I literally rolled like 4 5s in a row.
She rolls 24. Okay.
Jesus.
All right. So you got you're falling. She immediately realizes you're gonna land on her and doesn't want any part of that. So she kind of grabs your arm and shifts you both. You kind of go straight out belly flop to try and stop yourself. You manage to hit. You belly flop. She was kind of moving herself away from you so that you didn't crush her. She hits the ground next to you. She starts to roll. Give me a force build check to stop her. And to stop yourself. Because basically she starts to drag you along the ice shelf.
18?
That's good. That's really good. All right, so you start to move a little bit. You dig your meaty hand in. You hold tight. You brace. She stops. She looks at you, just so many emotions of rage and hate coming through her. You can still see you can still feel the heat above. She's like, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. I have to keep your dumb ass alive. Now I want you to give me an endurance constitution. Oh, technoball.
Kids don't have enough constitution. That's contested?
Not contested.
12.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to say you have a -1 to all your actions right now, because your adrenaline kicks in. It kind of fights off some of the grogginess, but you got dosed with a ton of sedative, and you've only actually been unconscious for like 10 minutes. So like staying awake is a fucking fight, but you roll high enough to kind of stop it. Nonetheless, you're still going to take that -1 for a while, because it's like you took 4 Benadryl and you're not allowed to sleep. Like, it's just not working out.
Is this the second or third time I've been drugged in the last 24 hours?
You have been drugged an insane amount of times in this game. Like, an absolute insane amount of times. like for if you look at the quantity of minutes your characters have existed in the game, I would say like a full percentage, possibly a double-digit percentage of that time you have been on drugs.
Everybody just wants to do drugs with a priest for some reason. Okay. Oh boy. Yeah, so we're standing in the snow, massively injured. And there's an exploding ship. Has it exploded yet?
It has not, but you think it's going to very soon.
I see. Any semblance of anything resembling a direction?
Sure. I mean, do you have a skill that could do that?
No. Unless I can smell where the money is, that's not going to happen.
That'd be a new perk right there. Charisma perk. Money smell. All right. So, do you have awareness?
I do.
I'll let you do awareness perception for the most basicest. Like how not to die here.
So that's a 25?
25. Wow. All right. Take a momentum. I don't know. Something kicks in and you're like. So
I smell the money.
Something kicks in, even though you are way fucking tired. You're like, that way. And you kind of point. Basically, the ice shelf kind of goes along the side of the larger cliff that you were above. But you feel like if the ice shelf actually moves down to where you can kind of connect with an actual slope, kind of off to in the right direction, because you don't know east, west, or north right now, but like to the right, basically.
Probably the opposite of the way we were going.
Yeah, oh yeah,
and
way
then a little
opposite.
Bit safer.
Yeah. I mean, the other problem is you have no idea, and really neither would Kelly, where you guys are in relation to the steps or the Dead Seas or the ship or any of that shit, because you crashed down the mountain, so you don't even know how far down the mountain you guys fell. So
can I even see the top of the mountain from here?
Yeah, you can see at least the top of the mountain you were on, because the steps was in a mountain that was kind of next to the Dead Seas. But you can see the top of the mountain. It's pretty high up. If you want to make some sort of roll for that, if you have navigation or anything like that, I would tell you, maybe give you a shot at how far you fell. But, okay, well, without navigation...
No, there's definitely a mountain up there and some clouds.
I'll still give you a roll. Give me perception, just flat perception, because you've got no skill, and it's going to be improbable.
That is a 21.
Wow.
I didn't need it, but I got it.
I think I might make you roll to see if your character thinks they're better on drugs. Like, this might be a situation where he's like, I gotta get my fix so that I can be smart. So you, for whatever reason, you're like, over there's a slope, and then you kind of look up and you're like, about 200 feet. Like, so you've probably fallen, I wouldn't say 200, it'd probably be about 100, 150 feet from where the ship took off, which was nearish the steps.
Thankfully, they weren't going that fast to begin with.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna start walking that way.
All right. She stops you. She's like, what in the name of hell and God makes you think that I would trust anything you say? You have only proven you're a giant incompetent, with the exception of...
I'm not stopping walking, so she's going to have to do a force check.
Force check. Contested force check. Build and force.
Sorry, build plus force.
Yeah. Wow, she rolls an 18. And that's with only a +1.
Yep. I have a 15. She wins that one.
So you try. She's like, no. Like I said, you are an incompetent idiot who has literally lucked into killing one of my brothers. Why would I ever believe that you know where you're going or how far down the mountain we fell in the first place?
It's just gonna take a deep sigh. This Matthias teaches forgiveness in many things, but not in debts, and I'm just gonna slug her.
Yes!
Wiz is like, I'm no longer the one who punched everybody.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, that's force and hand-to-hand.
Yeah.
I was so hoping you're going to do that.
9.
She rolled a 1, man. So she got all of her total is 2, which means you hit her for 8. What is it? 7 points of damage? It's 7 points of damage, right?
Yeah.
All right, so no death save, but an injury save to the head. So give me a D20 roll to find out where... Well,
1.
It might not be the head where she gets injured.
No, it's the head. That's a 1.
You roll a 1?
I rolled a 1.
What's happening with you right now, man? you went from rolling nothing. Your highs and lows, your peaks and valleys have been something to behold in this game. All right. Okay. You just step in and just boom, just your huge hand jacks her in the face. Just completely unbeknownst to her. You hear her kind of make like a, oh, like squeak as you hit her. And then she just, I'm not going to say, like, she's very not dead, but she goes, like, kind of, like, limp against you, kind of one arm. She looks at you, spits out some blood, and you can see that she's got, like you broke her lip, basically. Lead on, big man. Lead on. And she stands up.
Yep.
All right.
And we're walking.
Okay. You start to walk off down the ice shelf. We are going to switch off. I'm going to switch back to Phil Billy first. Sorry, Wiz, but I got to find out what the fuck's going to happen with him, and then we'll switch to you. Okay?
So much excitement this game.
Yeah. I said to you guys, I was like, I think everything's going to go fucking crazy in this one. I don't know. So, Philbilly, what's your final decision?
I'm gonna roll it,
Okay.
and then I got one shot at re-rolling.
So, 17. You got to hit a 17. You got to hit an 18 or better. Because matches are still failures.
I did it. I rolled a 16, and then I have 3 agility and 1 stealth, so that's plus 4. That puts me at 20.
I'm going to spend momentum to force you to re-roll that.
God damn it. Okay, that time I roll a 13 plus my 4. That puts me at 7.
17 on the dot. That's a failure.
God damn it.
Dude.
I gotta spend a reroll.
Do I have to be in the room to give him a luck token?
What does luck token say?
Well,
hold on. Let me look up luck token before we do this.
Okay.
Before we go any further. Don't want to short anybody. Luck is a charisma, right?
yeah, I think so.
The player that always seems to roll d20, the poker player that always lands the winning punch. This character starts with 2 luck tokens at the beginning of the game. Anytime a character rolls a natural 20 on a die, they receive another luck token. They may spend a luck token on any character roll, forcing a reroll. No, it's only yours. On any character roll, forcing a reroll. Well, that's really interpretable, but I'm going to say it's only yours.
Oh, okay. So I'm the only one that can actually use the luck token?
Yeah.
Damn.
Alright, let's see what I get. Nope. 10. Alright, this isn't gonna end well. So I fail, so I try to
Okay. You're kind of standing there after she shut the door, and then you just start to like kind of creep towards her, and you're getting close. You're like, yeah, I'm just gonna get her. And then right as you grab for her, she kind of like turns and to like take some dust off one of the cavern wall. And when she turns, your hand just misses. She feels the air. She turns around. She sees you, and you better believe she screams her fucking head off, man. Ah!
Please, quiet.
I gotta make a roll for her. Give me 1 second. That'd be pretty high, so 15.
Are we all gonna die today?
Possibly. I'm probably dead right now.
She stops and she goes, "Good God, why are you sneaking up on me? Were you behind the door when I walked through? It just dawns on you, you're wearing Viking clothing. You're disguised as a Viking right now. You're not holding your guns in your hand. So, like, she does not realize that you're not one of them, basically."
Yeah, miss, you hit me in the face. I was actually looking for you, and I'll tell you, I was walking up behind you, and I slipped, and then you turned around, and this happened, and...
I'm going to stop you right there. She's definitely going to try and figure out your accent. I heard twang in your words. You guys are getting lucky. She kind of...
Is that what this is?
She, like, her eyes narrows at you. She's like, "I've never seen you before. Why are you looking for me? Shouldn't you be downstairs helping with the offerings?"
May I, talk to you somewhere a little more private, ma'am?
"Excuse me?" And then at this point, the door opens because she did scream. And Goldraxon's standing there. "What was that?" And you see he has this axe in his hand. This is the first time you've kind of seen him other than in the
I
camera view.
don't know if I've ever seen
You
him.
saw him in the playback of the camera
Oh,
footage
yeah.
of where Jarrold shot him in the back. But he is holding this axe, just a massive axe. It's one-handed axe, but it's got a big one-sided head, and the head has teeth on it. It's serrated, basically. What is it? You also notice something else. His arm that's wearing the gauntlet. You could see these fissures of almost what look like what the Zix are made out of, kind of creeping up his arm, like into his bicep, on the left side. And he breaks it. He's like, "What is going on out here?" She's like, "It's all right. It's just this guy. He needed to see me about something. Probably something with the offering. I thought I had my best men on it, but apparently they always need to ask something." You see him kind of frown, and he looks at you. He looks at you real hard, though, Nullis.
I kind of grunt. I'm like, sorry, sir.
At this point, I want Nullis to give me an awareness perception check, but we're going to say 20 difficulty.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And then
Holy shit, I rolled a 17. My perception is 2, and my awareness is 1, so I hit 20.
Aw. Something about him is familiar. Now that you see him in person. I'll give you that much. He has to make a roll. No. Okay. Something about him seems familiar. Other than that, he kind of looks at you and goes, "Are you pink?" And then you hear his wife go, "Gull." And he goes, "Oh, I'm sorry. We just don't see that often. I didn't mean to offend you." And then he kind of saunters over. He is a big, old school orc. And
Well, he's a full orc, right?
Yeah, he is full fucking orc.
Is he just meaning pink is in half? Because I'm still green. I'm just lighter.
Yeah, you're a lighter skinned. He just refers to kind of the more fleshier hue to your green, basically.
Gotcha.
And he kind of walks over. He goes, "I'm sorry, I just don't see. I'm guessing you're half. Don't see a lot of that around here."
Yeah, it's curse I was born into, not a choice.
He goes, "That is a weird accent. Where are you from?" Now he seems to be suspicious of you.
I'm trying
I know you're
to.
trying. Well,
but
you know what? I'll give you a roll. You don't have linguistics, but I'll give you a roll. You can roll charisma, flat, but it's going to be an improbable because you don't have linguistics.
So what's that, 15?
No, that's 20.
No. I rolled a 17, but no.
Okay, well, I'm going to say with a 17, you're not fully failing. You definitely seem off, without a doubt. It's like a bad accent. It's like somebody trying to do an Irish accent and not quite pulling it off. So his eyes continue to narrow at you. He's like, "Your accent seems funny." And then you hear his wife again, "Gull." He's like, "What? I am still a Viking lord fighting a war against the entire galaxy, and his accent seems funny."
I'll be like, yeah, again, something I was born into, not really a choice.
"What finds you at our doorsteps?"
You see, I was sent up here. They told me not to bother you, so I brought something to show your wife. I'm panicking at this point, just reaching.
I'm just waiting for you to be like, bang, 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 bang. Start
It's not far.
The wife actually turns to you and goes, Well, what is it? Out with it.
I whistle.
Pickle like flops out. And then he looks, you see Gull like, oh, and the wife actually startles. She steps back a bit and he goes, a spikeback. Oh, this must have been one of Volker's. Where'd you find it?
I was on the crew to the Risen, and we brought it back.
He goes, the crew to the Risen. I thought I personally chose everybody who was on the crew to the Risen. By my own hand. I don't remember choosing you.
That's exactly right, sir. I ended up bringing some of your men back that ended up not faring so well, including, and I'll drop, what the hell's his name?
I'm gonna need you to remember it. I can't give it to you in this kind of situation unless you want to make a roll.
I wrote it down somewhere.
Your character's as forgetful as you, unless you want to make a roll.
No. I'm not gonna remember where I wrote it down in this book. I don't fucking know. Whatever, the stout. I don't know.
Give me a perception check. Perception check, knowledge, to see if you can't remember what his name is in this stressful situation.
How do I not have that?
Knowledge is an intelligence skill.
Yeah, I know. I was... fuck.
I was like, I'm gonna have to shoot everybody.
Perception and knowledge.
Uh-huh.
Oh, 11.
Okay. You remember his name is Rex
Rex.
Stonettooth.
Yeah.
Okay. So go ahead.
Yeah, so stout Rex Stonettooth. I brought him back and he told me I'd be a good fit here, and he seemed to think I might gain some favor by bringing back one of Volker's prized possessions.
Gull just stares at you for a really long time, and then he goes, well, I'm going to have a talk with Rex about going above my head and bringing extra people on, but if Rex is on his way back here and you brought him back, all right, I appreciate it. We'll get this creature back to Volker. He'll know what to do with it.
If you need somebody to take care of it for the time being, I can do so if Volker's not around. He seems to listen to me, strangely enough.
Yeah, that's fine. You can watch it for now. I'll have you go to Volker's aviary, bring it back to him. Do you know where that is?
Sorry, sir, I don't. Like I said, just arrived at this magnificent facility.
And he goes, all right. Look, you see that there's like flicks of pain on his arm and his face. You can tell that the gauntlet's hurting him. And he goes, look, I just can't deal with this right now. At that point, his wife chimes in and goes, I'll take him downstairs back to the... Oh, excuse me. I'll take him back downstairs to the offering. I'll find somebody. They'll take him over to Volker's. He can return Volker's. Volker's... What'd you call it? Spikeback? He's like, yeah, thank you. And then he touches her shoulder. And then he turns and he walks back into his chambers. And you just hear him go, welcome aboard. And then shuts the door. And then she kind of looks at you and goes, well, it is a pleasure to meet you. Her name is Siggy.
Diggy.
Siggy. Siggy. She goes, my name's Siggy, and yeah, I'm Gull's wife, and it's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to the Dead Seas. Try not to get yourself killed. Now, follow me. We'll head back down to the auditorium, and I'll find you a guide to take you to the aviary. And then she just starts to kind of walk down the hallway.
As we get farther from the room, from where we were, as we're in these hallways, where there didn't seem to be many people, correct?
No. Not a lot of people running around up here.
I say, excuse me, Miss Siggy. I couldn't help right before you hit me in the face with the door to have overheard a little bit with you and Gull. And I think I could help.
Give me perception. Hold on. I want to look up the skills real quick.
I want to try to, use my charisma to put her at ease.
Definitely, I know what you're doing, and that works for me. I just want to make sure I use the right skill rolls for everything. Give me perception awareness. 10 difficulty. Before we get into this, isn't for manipulation. Just
18.
okay. She turns around and side-eyes you. And immediately from that look, you can tell that Siggy is no fucking joke when it comes to being very smart. She has to be smart to survive in the world that she survived in with the guy that she survived with for as long as she's had. So, manipulate away, but tread very carefully.
All right. I start by saying, I'm like, as your husband pointed out, the slight twang in my voice is, I'm sure, as an intelligent woman like you may have guessed, a Genesis accent. Well, you see, believe it or not, I was taken at some point in my life from the Northlands and brought to Genesis, where almost enslaved, if you want to call it that. It's all I really know since I was a youth. But
oh man,
I was taught a lot about the Zix from scholars that I lived with on Genesis, and I believe I do understand the gauntlet that your husband wears and the dangers that come with it. And I couldn't help but notice you seem to have some concern.
Okay, so I'm not going to give you a manipulation check because you have said certain words to her that is going to start some shit. She turns to you. She looks at you, and her eyes do this mixture of emotion of confusion, then realization, and then she looks at you and she goes, "You're a half-orc from Genesis? The cowboy planet, right?"
I figured you had put two and two together with the slight twang. Yes, that's correct.
A half-orc from Genesis. And you... where were you born on Genesis?
Where was I born?
Where were you born? She's very serious, and you can tell she's almost on to something here. And I'm not gonna lie, you don't even need to make a roll for this. You start to feel like this is something about your past that you don't know, that you were here to figure out in the first place.
Ma'am, as I said, to my knowledge, I was born here in the Northlands. I don't know I do not remember where I was born.
Show me your right arm.
Excuse me?
Show me your right arm.
I show her, I guess.
Alright, she grabs your right arm, roughly but gently, if that makes sense. Pulls it up, looks at the underside of it on the wrist. There's 3 just like marks there. They're like freckles, basically. They don't mean anything to you, never have. But she looks at him and she goes, "You're him."
Come again.
You're what we've been looking for.
I'm gonna have to ask you to elaborate, please, Miss Siggy.
You're the blood of Vulgar.
Vulgar?
Vulgar. Volgar. The god of the Northlands. That's what we've been looking for. You. I can't believe you just walked in the front door. It's the whole reason he was on that ship. Come on, we have to go back to Gull. You have to meet him. You're what he's been looking for.
But
She starts to pull you.
ma'am, I was trying to talk to you about your problem.
She stops and turns around and she goes, "What about your problem? I'm guessing you don't remember anything?"
Well, not much, as I said, ma'am.
Let me ask you a question. Can you do magic?
Can I do magic? No, I'm gonna lie.
Okay, give me manipulation. And this is going to be pretty high because she's pretty convinced now that you're the fucking chosen one that's just walking in the front door.
Manipulation, so charisma. Just straight charisma.
Yeah, well, with manipulation. You're trying to lie to her.
Okay, I don't know that, so. 15 plus 3, 18. I don't know what the difficulty was.
Okay, that actually throws her for a loop for a second. And she's like, "You can't do magic?"
I think maybe you're mistaking me for someone else.
It's like, you're telling me blood doesn't come out of your nose when you do magic, or somewhere else? Like, you can't damage yourself to do magic? Give me one more manipulation roll. This will be contested with her awareness perception. You need to beat a 11.
Yeah, fuck. I rolled a 7 total.
You don't have any more momentum?
Nope.
Okay, she's like, "You're full of shit. You can do magic. I could see it in your eyes. That's him. You're demon touched, aren't you? Or at least you think you are. There is a part of you that came here for this reason.
Yeah,
She's basically
I know.
offering up these answers to you.
Could you stop and explain to me who it is you think I am, and what do you mean, the blood of Vulgar?
I can't. It's his to explain. After all, he's your family.
Who? Your husband?
Yes. He's your brother. And then we're going to switch off.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Alfred.
Oh.
So you're just walking with
No
Braxton. heading over to meet Fallon. Felon, yeah. He kind of like walks you down a couple of hallways, and he's like, I think you're going to work out. I think you're going to like this. I think Felon's going to like you. And then you walk around the corner. As you walk around the corner, you realize you're in a shrine. Like, there's no way to look at it another way. This is definitely the place where, like, they come to pray, they come to do their mystical stuff, and definitely where the magic users come to do their magic. And he walks you right in, right up. Felon is definitely a shaman, and the minute you see him, you're like, oh shit! There is a check and balance for people who come in here, and that is magic people. That's right, magic people. He walks you right up. He goes, Felon, look at this. I got a new recruit for us. Felon is a very old goblin, very wrinkly, kind of gray-skinned. He's got some robes. He has this huge, like, staff with a lot of rattling bones off of it. He just, like, clicks it and kind of looks up and goes, I see. Well, hello. You wish to join the Dead Seas, eh? Welcome, welcome, welcome. But first, you must be read. You must be read by the bones.
How many people are in this?
I knew this was going to be the first question. The first question.
Yeah.
In this room right now, there is the Mystic in front of you. There is Braxton, and there is you. There is... you know what? Call high or low. I'm going to leave this up to...
I'm going to go high.
It's just you guys. It's a large open shrine, but obviously the other mystics aren't here right now. So yeah. It's off-peak hours, I guess. In the fucking shrine. So yeah.
Okay.
Do you need to message me, or... like, with what's gonna happen? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't think there's any real skill I got or any way for me to do too much other than what I'm gonna try and do is kind of keep my eye on in not obviously, but sort of like maneuver myself so that I'm not directly in front of the guard that brought me here.
Okay. All right. But you're gonna let him cast his spell.
I guess he said read bones, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna
read bones. It looks
bones.
like he's doing...
What's the worst that can happen?
Doesn't look like he's gonna throw a lightning bolt at me, right?
No, definitely not yet. Okay.
Well, I'll ask him, what's this, what do you mean read bones?
He goes, we must... he goes, oh, yes, you ask? You don't trust us? Like, he immediately gets suspicious when you ask back. He's like, don't you know? You're joining the Dead Seas. We must know about you. We must know what you are, what you feel, what you crave. I am the shaman of the bones. And then he rattles the bones at the top. He was like, I will tell you this. If you still wish to be so. Braxton kind of looks at you. He's like, what are you doing, man? You just let the shaman read your bones.
All right, fuck it. I'm going to go with it. I'll tell you what I want. I'm a warrior and I want blood. But read the bones, whatever you feel you need.
Okay, all right. He casts a spell that he is very good at. I'm going to go ahead and make that roll real quick. Yeah, okay. So you see him start to kind of like cast the spell. The whole bones thing is just like his ritual for doing this, you know, kind of like the ritual in the magic. Like, he could cast this with just saying some words and throwing a spell, but he does this whole big song and dance bone thing, and then he drops the bones on the table, and he looks at the bones for a second. He closes his eyes. Then he opens his eyes, wide in shock, and he turns directly at you, Alfred, and goes, what in the hell are you?
I'm here for work.
He goes, no, No. Okay, just go to your chat for a second. I'm gonna need you to just read your chat for a second.
Oh. Zach, how long have you been planning this?
I haven't been planning this at all. This is all just improv. I'm not gonna lie. I knew you guys were gonna wander around the place, and I knew that if Philbilly went to Gulls, something like this would happen. And I knew that he'd be talking to his wife. Other than that, I got nothing. Okay, all right. He knows, man. He knows. Whatever he cast on you, he knows. I'm not going to release the full information so that nobody sees it, but I'm pretty sure they're all suspicious enough to know that something's going on. So I'm just going to say to you, he knows. That spell is an absolute he knows. Done. Like, you can tell. You can tell. There's no way to deny.
Okay. Can I tell... I probably already know the answer. Let me see.
Okay. This is getting real. This is getting real tough. I'm pretty sure Aether and Philbilly are glued to their screens right now. Sorry for everybody out there, but we pass notes on some of the secrets until they're not secrets anymore. Battletoad. Saucy, I like it.
I attack.
Yeah!
I chop that little goblin's head off if I can.
This is my favorite session ever. All right. Give me... Give me,
I can try and do it stealthy, or like try to be fast or something, but like surprise attack, like just burst of attack.
I'll give you a stealth roll, but it's going to be really high because it's well lit and he's staring at you scared out of his mind. So like it's almost going to be like a quick draw roll, but it'll be stealth plus agility, and you'll have to beat and it'll be his awareness, which is a 3, so you'd have to beat an 18 to get the stealth attack. Otherwise, we're rolling initiative.
Okay. Using a luck token.
Okay.
Use it now and re-rolling that. And that was... dude, I'm like so freaking out over here. Oh, so much better. 25 on the second one.
Stealth attack to Shaman. Quick draw McGraw over here.
That was a 16 for my attack.
Oh my god. Okay. Gotta make up a fucking shaman. Okay, so 16.
He's a little old man. It should be easy.
Soak is...
Oh.
We're gonna say soak is... It's a death check. Okay, so shaman is this guy. Ooh. Okay. Alright. Alright. So here's what happens. He looks at you and goes, "What the hell are you?" And you just go, shink, and just draw your blade. One clean swing. Just the short sword catches his throat, and just like blood sprays across the fucking room in one clean thing, and he just starts to gargle. And like falls over. Braxton's like, "What the fuck?" And he just like grabs his club from his back and goes to swing at you. We're gonna then do initiative.
Okay, it's been a minute
Never,
since we rolled
it is
initiative.
never the person I think is going to be in combat is in combat in this game. I swear to God. Like, I'm like, Nullis is definitely going to end up shooting somebody, and then it's fucking Alfred. And the last time I'm like, oh, Alfred and Nullis are going to get in a fight. Nope, Jarrold has a fight with some serial killers on a fucking ship. Never who I think it's going to be. All right, so initiative. Oh no, that's not a good die for a clubber. We're going to do this black one. Whoa, 19.
Oh shit, I got an 18.
Okay.
I swear I thought I got that. We don't add anything, right?
No. Oh, you add perception.
perception to the initiative?
Yeah.
Okay, then
Just straight perception.
21.
So you get to go first. So Braxton is just pulling the club off of his shoulder. What the hell, man? What's going on, Card? I thought we were buds.
Nothing personal. And I attack. I'm. It's after initiative, so I'm gonna go full aggression here.
Okay.
Ooh, and I'm gonna do my two-handed attack with my dagger.
Okay. All right. So that's basically just gives you advantage, right? If I recall correctly.
I think I can make. Yeah, basically, I can make 2 attacks.
Oh no, it's not. You make 2 attacks. It's you take like higher roll. Hold on. Let me get that up here. Gotta find combat.
That was a little bit different.
Bear with me, guys. I know I made the game, but I don't remember it very well. Terrible about that. All right, so if you're using an offhanded offensive weapon, when using this method on an attack, the player rolls 2 attack rolls simultaneously and keeps the better result. If the character is using 2 statistically different weapons, they must choose which dice roll is for which. When the player is making the defense roll in the round after dual wielding, they have their single mod reduced by 2. So basically you get to attack, you roll 2 d20s, right? You pick the better one, but you have to decide which one is which weapon. And then on your next round, when he gets to attack you, your defense is basically -2.
Got it. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I already rolled, so I'll just go with it. The first one was actually a 23. That was going to be my sword. I figured I'd attack with the sword first.
Okay.
Second one was 18. So I hit him with, or I'd go.
So you went with the sword.
23.
Okay. 23. Give him some stats here. It's beauty of single mod, guys. Real easy to make up stats. Just point it out. Point it out to anybody who's watching. All right, so he's going to get a +4. Oof. So he rolls a 21. So you hit him by 2.
So I got him.
Yeah, you got him, but just by a little bit. So 2 bam. He's going to soak that to 0, though. So you take the slice. It catches it on the leather armor. Whoosh. He's like, oh, all right, it's go time. And then he steps in with the club to kind of try and clonk you. Or unless you're attacking again with momentum. I'm guessing you don't. You did get a momentum from the attack. You can't spend it on that, but just letting you know.
Yeah.
You also got a momentum on the stealth attack.
Actually, you know what? I am going to attack again.
Okay, all right, go for
I'm going
it.
to take this guy down fast.
All right.
And that's a 20.
Ooh. 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 He rolled a 10 total, so he will take 10 points of damage that time. That is a definite injury. That's a death save. So he has to roll above a 5. Rolls 16. He's okay. So he took nothing the last time. He's going to get soaked to the... Okay. All right. You step in with another attack. This time you actually get into his leather. You draw some blood, and he staggers backwards. Okay, thought I got a message. I did.
Oh, and I got a luck token back because I rolled a 20.
Oh, good job. And it is, his turn now, right?
Yes.
All right, he's going to step in with the club. He rolls a 1 with a +4. That's going to bring him up to 5.
I got a 7.
Oh, God. He steps in with the club. You kind of manage to parry it off with the dagger. But he only has the 1 attack. It's still your turn. He is backing up slightly towards the door, though.
I'm attacking. I'm going to go towards him. Is it possible for me to kind of get between him and the door?
You can try to adjust that way, but it's going to be hard because he's moving back pedal. If you want, I get that attack, you know. I'll let you pin him into the room with an action, but you have to use an action, basically.
Okay. I'm just going to go straight attack.
Okay, do it.
Ooh, that's an 11 to my attack.
He dodges that one. You come in with a bag. He blocks it. He kind of kicks you backwards. He's like, "You're a dirty traitor. I always knew it." And then he steps in. He didn't always know it, by the way. He steps in to...
Can I use the momentum again to attack him?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'm using another momentum to attack him.
Okay, all right.
And you know what? I'm gonna use a luck point to re-roll that.
Okay.
14.
Wow. Rolled a 1. Only got a 5. So you do another 10 points of damage to him. And then let's see if he survives. He's still up. All right, so you step in. You get another good swing on him on this one. That one takes his shoulder. He staggers backwards, holding the club. Blood's kind of spraying. He's like, "Oh, you son of a bitch!" And then he's gonna turn and sprint for the door. Like, period.
Is he taking injuries?
Good point. Thank you, Aether. Roll injury twice to get those back injuries in. I was rolling the death saves. I forgot to do the injuries afterwards.
You just didn't think he was going to make 2 death saves.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So this is where he's to find the location of where his injuries are?
Yeah.
So the first
Legs.
one is a 20.
That's legs. And the second one?
And the second one is a 1.
That's a head. Okay, so he's got a big gash on his head, a huge gash in his leg. He is having a very hard time moving towards the door. He basically uses his whole move to get to kind of sprint for the door. You can get one more attack before he gets out of the shrine and starts screaming his head off.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely take my attack.
All right, you sprint after him. This becomes a murder scene, basically. All right, go ahead and roll your attack.
17.
Okay, that's pretty good. That will hit by a lot. He rolled a 1 plus the 4. That's 5. That's 2 1s for him. So 5 minus 7.
He's rolling like
12.
me.
That's another. That'll kill him. That'll straight up kill him. All right, I don't even need a death save. So you just rush forward. You flip the sword around in your hand so it's backhand and just bring it down into his spine. Just comes right out his front. He drops down, just like blood spurting out of the front of him. He kind of like rolls over on the sword and looks up at you. "Cart, what the hell are you, man?" And then he gargles and spits up blood. And you are alone in a shrine, seconds from being found out in a fucking bloodbath. So we're gonna switch off. Actually, it's 11:30. We've got to wrap it up there. I'm sorry, Braga. We will start with you next time. I promise.
Jesus.
Well, went off the rails. I knew it was gonna. I was almost gonna say, like, this is gonna be close to just the way that everything's set up. I feel like this is gonna either be a season finale type episode or a season finale part 1 type episode. Definitely the part 1. So yeah. So that was a lot of fun. I hope everybody had fun on that one.
Way to leave everybody.
It's 11:30. What do you want? I don't want to go super late. We done the 2 hours, man. So yeah. So let's all do the pluggies. Before I get too much into the talks way out of talk.
Yeah, I saw that Battletoad was
Talks way out of a shootout, massacre in a shrine. Love it. Thanks, Battletoad, for jumping in the chat. We really appreciate it, man. Obviously, I don't have as much time to respond to chat stuff in actual plays, but I really appreciate it, man. It's really nice that you watched. And yeah, so I just wanted to thank you and anybody else who's watching first and foremost. But pluggies, Aether, what would you like to plug?
Nothing too much at the moment. I will give time for it. Hey, you know, there's this really cool game that just came out. It's Zach, you want to tell me all? I bet you've heard of it.
It is, I'm guessing he's referring to Single Mod. You can see the cover of it on your screen right now. If you go to itch.io and search Single Mod, it is the game we have been playing. I wrote the system. They were playtesters. Phil Billy did the wonderful cover. And yeah, it's a fun romp. I'm really proud of it. It's my magnum opus as a home brewer, I would say. So please go check that out. It's only $6. $6, that's it, on itch.io. $6 for a copy. So I would love it if you guys went and did that. Phil Billy, anything you want to plug?
Just this. Find out about my brother and my history, and then if you guys enjoy this, please check out our TMNT stream, which gets a ton of viewers, so I'm sure if you're checking this out, you probably already have seen that, but that'll be the beginning of next beginning of November, I believe.
I think it's like the
will be our next,
or 5th or something.
Yeah, it's first Thursday of November, so please check that out, because that game's a lot of fun as well, and yeah, that's about it from me.
Wizard Sir, do your plugs.
Wizard's Respite, as always, is a website that I run. Basically covers everything TTRPG. All of these shows are streaming there as well. I'm actually going to be doing a deep dive review of Single Mod, dropping it on Friday, which is basically, if you haven't read any of my deep dives, it's basically just a deep look at the game, nuts and bolts, so you have a feel of what the game's all about. You're watching this, so you probably have an idea what this system's all about, and it's
Violence.
about fast-paced, like action. And also tomorrow we got another live stream dropping. This is going to be kind of a different one. It's we're doing a playthrough of Sunfish Sitting There, which is a slice of life TTRPG.
It's so weird. It's going to be weird.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and I've been looking forward to play. It's hard to, you have to get TTRPG enthusiasts to play this. It's hard to get everybody into this one, but I'm really glad we got a great group together, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. And I'm going to be the GM. I get to finally GM for Zach.
Yay! Like full GM. Okay, so, yes, the Turtles thing, great. First of all, I do want to thank all three of you for basically plugging my game with your plugs. But yeah, I've already plugged the game, so I'm not going to do that again. There is Sunfish Sitting There tomorrow night. I'm very much looking forward to that. It's going to be a real weird one, because it's not going to be any combat, just role-playing, normal people trying to go see an eclipse, and it's going to be crazy.
That's lovely. I need to pick that up.
Yeah, Sunfish Sitting There is great. Other than the dice are all D4s, which is how a psychopath makes a game. As far as this show, if you are interested in this show, we do it bi-weekly on Wednesday. It is not a monthly thing. It is bi-weekly. So we will be back in 2 weeks to find out what happens to Nullis, Alfred, and Jarrold as things continue to heat up. And then, of course, like I said, buy my game. And if you're on the fence about buying my game, I'm actually got some character, some gameplay system tours. I already dropped one. It's a character creation system tour. You can find it on Old Man Gaming. And then I'm dropping the second one, which is basic play, like how you do skill rolls and stuff, this Friday as well. So please check those out. And then I will also be doing a combat and an advancement system tour too. So if you're on the fence about it, you can get an idea about what the game is and go out and purchase it. Please check out that review. I love Wizards reviews. I really appreciate him doing one on my game. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Again, thanks to Battle2 for jumping in the chat. You guys can also contact us on Facebook at OldManGamingDH, on Twitter at OldManGaming9. You can join our Discord. The link is in the description below. Influence this and all of our shows from there. The link to Wizard's Respite is in the description below. Please check out him and everything he has to offer there. And the link to buy my game is in the description below. So just buy my game for $6, please. And you can also contact us. That's it. As long as you keep watching and listening, we'll keep making it. We'll see you guys next time.
All right.
Later.
Bye bye.
Where